right, so we came up with this really stupid idea where I'm gonna try to do some snatches, which are gonna be awful. And I figured no better man than Dane to give me some feedback. We'll see what he's gonna say.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love yelling at people for their shitty technique.
I can't wait. DK over here, what are you gonna be working on?
Deadlift, have you critique my deadlift form. And then eventually we're just gonna smash buys and tries and be typical gym bros.
What's your deadlift at right now?
Oof.
650?
I haven't tested it in close to 2 years.
He just back squatted.
How have you not deadlifted in 2 years? What are you focusing on? Trying to grow these things?
Basically squats and bench and buys.
He just back squatted 260 for 2 doubles.
Okay.
So that's 572 for 2 doubles. So he's, I haven't been testing my deadlift, but he's probably gonna pull a fuckload.
Real quick, we have to address something. I'm not good with kilos. So when he's saying that, he means multiply by 2.2. Cool. And Coach Tiny is here. She's really cold.
I'm freezing.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about this. It's been a while. I'm just trying to come out alive on this little excursion we're about to go on. I'm almost putting on the wrong shoe too. Psychology of weightlifting, where you have to tell yourself you're way better than you actually are. And see what happens.
It's one thing for getting like B-roll and stuff.
What bar do you want? What bar should I use?
Any bar you want. So there's.
What's the best bar? Weapon of choice.
Honestly, the pound Alico bars are fine. There's this work sandbar is probably the best right here. This one. This is a pound, or this is a Alico training. This is an Alico pound. Don't tell anybody about the.
No one knows nothing. Whatever happens here stays here. So out of my element right now. It's great.
You shut those doors?
Hurry. It's exactly what I need. A little slipperidge.
So easy.
All right, so what are you seeing right now in my snatch? I gotta work on, or just the coaching perspective?
I think you do a pretty solid job off the floor with the knees. I think it's still, the bar's still a little bit forward right after the knee. And if you can think of the hardest area is right below the knee to right here, the bar will stay forward. So it's like getting the bar closer to the hip, and then instead of like really banging the bar, it'll be more of like a brush or a slight, think about like a bump.
So what you're saying is maybe watching too many John North videos wasn't good for him?
Come on, Coleman! I'm coming for you!
Is that what you're saying? Too much attitude?
Yeah, I would definitely say that for
like
sure.
Turn it down a little bit.
Just a hair.
All right, so what's the deal with your squat, man?
Okay, so my squat, and this is me making as many excuses as possible, is that I have longer legs for my height, at least I think I do. And so I typically will squat, and when I start to get pretty heavy, it'll be almost like a good morning squat. Yeah, so it's like, you know, when I was in college, I hit 600 for a set of 6 with a low bar to like 90 degrees. Since then, the best I've hit is like 530 high bar ass to grass. But it's like my problem is I always get pulled forward. So I ended up making a bet that I want to try and hit 220 for a set of 10.
Because that makes sense. Just make bets and.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I do. Is that's actually how I lost 65 pounds. I made a $1,000 bet with somebody.
Okay, all right, I like it. That's how you work and operate. Cool. So
it's all about accountability.
Yeah, so let's see what we got here. So how much do we have on here?
140, so it's like 310.
Yeah, 308, 310.
Try and make as many noises as I can.
So pretty much, what I'd say is that, so I used to be an Olympic lifter for a brief period of my life, and I was always high bar. So you have done low bar before or no?
I have, yeah.
Do you not like doing low bar?
I always fuck up my back. And I I think it's for me personally, because I coach weightlifting, I feel like it's like heresy for me to do low bar.
How many days a week do you squat?
4 to 5, depending. I mean, back squat, I'd say 2 to 3.
I honestly would like to see you low bar squat,
Okay.
like long term. I think that would actually help. But for right now, like you said, I kind of can see it rolling a little bit on your traps. That's probably what's happening. Also, too, with your air, I would not breathe while I'm squatting.
Okay.
Ever. Because you think about it, you're just like letting out all that.
Right.
You're creating inner abdominal pressure. Okay, so think of him like a Pepsi can or whatever, some sort of can. And as he's squatting, he's letting the air out. So what's happening is as you squat and you breathe, I feel like that's what's actually going to be tipping you forward.
So stay tight even on the way up, then breathe at the top?
Yes, the whole time.
Okay.
Because it's like if I were to put 600 pounds and go for a back squat and midway through I let all my air out, what do you think would happen?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
That's just what I see. I would just say if you work on getting a big belly breath and holding your air the entire time you squat, I think you're going to be more stable and not so much leaning forward.
So why don't I go up to like 180 or 190 high bar, and then I'll drop down and do a couple sets of low bar and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Breathe again.
Come on. Good.
There we go.
Thanks.
Ooh, that actually felt pretty good. Yo, that felt good. Oh, shit.
Belt is nothing. My best belt I ever had was a female belt that I stole from a commercial gym 8 years ago, and I left it at a competition last year, and I never found anything like it. All right, so I'm having an absolute blast, okay? He's helping me out with my snatch. So based on what you saw maybe with like the lighter stuff, what were the tips you'd give me moving forward to improve my snatch if I'm getting ready to do like a competition again or something?
Moving forward, especially because you're so well developed in that upper back and in your lats, I think you've got to try and get a little more tension in your upper body right off the floor. So, you know, like packing the scaps back, moving the lats, like flexing here, and then thinking the hands back so that as the knees clear out of the way, the upper body's going to keep that bar really tight to the hip.
Gotcha. So that'd be something. And then, like, in terms of normal lifters, you coach a lot of athletes, obviously, for Olympic lifting. What are some of the biggest issues that you see that you're constantly coaching to fix in their snatch, in just general?
Just in general, a lot of people tend to bang their elbows before they make contact. So be real patient with the elbows, with the, you know, no flexion in the elbow until contact is made. After contact's made, then you can move it. And the other thing is a lot of people will they'll jump super high, and on one of your 150s, what ended up happening is you jump back, and then the bar stayed here. If you would have slid out, so it's like keep that contact. It's like as soon as you finish making contact, you want to get back to the floor as quickly as possible, and that's going to keep that bar in that good linear position.
And then just to close out, I guess this one is, so I felt like I've done this in a long time. So I knew right off the bat when I missed that one you were talking about, it was pure fear. Like I could just feel myself being uncomfortable. So as a coach, are you like mentally having your athletes rehearse in their head, like their confidence and cues like that? Or like how do you go about something like that
so
with an athlete?
when we get into training, we'll have 1 or 2 cues that we want to smash, and everybody's going to have their own technical quirkiness that we might be approaching. I think a lot of it is though, like once a week or once every 2 weeks, we have test sessions where it's like, all right, let's try and ramp up as though we're in a competition, and I'm going to take the attempts as though we're planning out for a meet. So it's like we're going to try and max out. A lot of people say, oh, you don't want to max out all the time, but you still have to have, as much as the sport is technical, you still have to have that ability to recruit the aggressive technical side. So it's like you want to shut off your brain and just recruit and be, rage basically. And I think that the technical work sets that up, but you still have to have that aggressiveness. So
I'm sure you get some athletes who probably can kill it in training, and then they get to competition for whatever reason. It just goes to crap. So it's like being in here, that's the kind of stuff you're trying to build, that culture, that community of like making it just like it would be in the competition.
Yeah, it's not being fearful. It's being confident in who you are. It's being confident in your abilities and the technical work that you've done. And basically, I always say it's like an empty head. You want to approach the bar in a competition with an empty head. Everything you've done in the past is setting it up so that when you have that empty head, your body's just working the way it needs to. And I even think about it as like the head's here, the body's here, and they're together, but this is training the body so that when you do get on that big stage, your head's not even there. It's just your body working.
Oh yeah. And then in terms of your squats, let's break down the squats. How are you feeling about your squats now?
I feel really good actually. It's sort of funny because I was talking to my wife, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit this bet. But now after talking about me engaging my gut more with the belt and even just understanding what my gut should be doing while I'm squatting. It's funny because my brother's a Wim Hof instructor, and he's always telling me, you got to breathe more through your gut. Yeah. And as I was doing that, I was sort of channeling things that he said to me as well. And I think that I'm going to do it low bar and hammer out. I think
that was a lot better.
Yeah, I think for me mentally, I'm walking away like PJ Spots.
He's going to win some money.
Yeah.
And then
come on! Oh!